Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Yo, Brick Baby and Luce Cannon, they don't got it to squabble. My man Poetic Flocko broke this down. I want you to listen to it. I want my gunshots riding throughout this so you understand that it's more than popping. Let's get this joint started. Alright? You know what it is, man. I'm here with Poetic Flocko. He gonna break this down. I got a lot to say about this, and I want y'all to understand how it is from the real point of view, from a man that spent 26 years in there, been through all the phases that they going through. But we gonna get right into this. We ain't even gonna waste no time. Let's see what Flocko talking about. All right.
Yesterday, we found out that Luce Cannon and Brick Baby were missing for 2 days and nobody could reach them. And today, we found out exactly why they went missing. So, we found out that Luce Cannon and Brick Baby hadn't made any contact with their families for 48 hours when Luce Cannon wife Cherise Mills would drop a video on their YouTube channel talking to Brick Baby's wife, asking her if she has heard from Brick Baby because she hasn't heard from Luce Cannon for 48 hours.
Now, see, if somebody was already doing time or doing time with someone, they'll understand that when you don't hear from someone, it's only a couple of things. One, they on lockdown. Two, they're the reason for the lockdown. You know what I mean? Or they're unalive. But you know you dealing with a man, so you ain't got to worry about none of that, and that's where that go. So we going to get back to this. And these are the ladies talking about it. And I think they got a little loose with their conversation. I'm going to move myself out the way in a minute because this one right here, Brick Baby's wife, is a beautiful queen.
Hey, Mama. Did you hear anything from them? Are you for real? So Brick hasn't called you either?
Nope.
What the heck is going on?
I have no idea.
He would have called you by now, right?
I'm sure he would have called by now.
Jesus Christ.
He ain't called you back yet?
No.
Well, it looks like we have our answer. We now know exactly why Brick Baby and Luce Cannon both went missing for 48 hours after announcing they were cellmates in jail.
Now, what I want to say about that is, for all you youngins out here looking at this is what your women go through when you on the inside. They don't hear from you, so they call in, they're worrying, they're losing sleep, they're not eating, they're losing weight, they lose their mind, they're irritated, they go out there, they say something to the wrong person, and you already know what happens when you say something to the wrong person, It's not hard. It's not hard. But we ain't trying to let that happen. Let's get back to this.
So apparently, Brick Baby, Luce Cannon, and Big U were involved in a fight, according to Luce Cannon and Luce Cannon's wife. Luce Cannon and Brick Baby got into a fight in their cell, and one of them had to roll it up and leave.
That's funny. Very close. Very close. They both did get into a fight, but other people was involved in the fight too.
Listen, you're not supposed to be doing none of this. This makes no sense whatsoever to be up here just putting the business out there like that. But stop it. Stop it. It's a quick way out. I don't even know what to say about that. Everything going on in there, this young lady's reporting it out here, and he's fighting for his life on a RICO charge. Somebody tell me how this makes sense.
Oh, really?
Wait, hold up. They jumped Big U? Oh, cuh.
No, they didn't jump Big U. But best believe Big U was also involved.
Big U was in the fight too? Whoever used the AI Flocko to join that call, that's not me. Flocko don't talk about street politics. I don't talk about nothing street. That's not me. Flocko would never.
And that's why I like this kid Flacco, because he stays in his lane. You can't get mad at a man for staying in his lane. You know? Yo, Flacco, you get a round of applause, but I ain't got the round of applause with me. I'm on tour. I'm out here in Charlotte right now. So if y'all in Charlotte, hit me up. I'm down in that area right now. All right?
But Luce Cannon wife Sharice, she would reveal that not only did Break Baby and Luce Cannon get into a fight, but Big U was also a part of the fight.
Mm.
So it's like, whoa, hold on. Right? Hold on. So then Luce Cannon called in and Luce Cannon broke down exactly how the fight happened. Now, Luce Cannon can't really say specific names because, he's over a jail phone, is
And he
considered
shouldn't be
telling,
saying nothing.
but he told the full story of how the fight took place.
To accept this call, press
Listen to
5.
this.
To block this, you may begin speaking now. Hello?
Hello,
Hey, honey.
baby. About to do the content right now.
Huh?
We have to do the content right now.
Yo, this man is facing a life sentence and he's calling his girl saying, we got to do that content. We got to do that content. What about your freedom? What about your freedom? This is what I'm talking about. Yo, hurry up. We got to do this call. We got to do it. And she down with it. Don't know that whatever he got going on in there, they could easily make her an accomplice for aiding and abetting. That's another word for conspiracy. Or they could just get her on a straight conspiracy for conspiring to all whatever is going on the inside that she don't know nothing about. But now she know after the fact. Then she letting YouTube know, so she can't say she didn't know this would happen or that would happen. You know what I mean? Because they might have to, and they can go to extreme and try and lock her up to prevent her from passing messages for them, because I've seen them do all that. That's how the feds roll. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. It's going to get real ugly because somebody going to step in and they're going to put a stop to this. But right now, y'all eat the content up. You know what I mean? That's all it is.
Uh-oh, what happened?
They're going to lock us down at 5.
I want to shout out Luce Cannon, man. Luce Cannon is so selfless. Luce Cannon is currently in jail, currently fighting a federal case, but he's still concerned about the content. He's still concerned about getting the content out there because Luce Cannon realizes, man, that there's YouTubers like myself who have to feed our families. And if he don't give us the content, how will we pay rent? So
Now, this why I like this dude, right? He being sarcastic, and this went over a lot of y'all head. Let me break this down in hood terms, what Poetic Flacco was saying. And this ain't a disrespect to him. This just tell you what he's saying because he don't want to say it. He's being Poetic Flacco. He's saying this dumbass trigger, he in prison, risking his freedom, got his lovely woman over here, that it might be a countdown to how soon before she leave. Because once he can't get the content and the bills start rolling in and it's time to pay and can't pay and he can't get on the phone, she can't see him because they done sent him way out the West Bubble up somewhere. So now here goes Poetic Flacco saying he cares about me so much that he's risking losing his girl, losing his freedom to make sure YouTubers like me, Poetic Flacco, eat. Yo, Flacco, you's a funny dude. I like this dude, man. He's like, oh, how am I going to eat without this dude? Oh, I need a sweet Vic. Tell me what's going on the inside. And, y'all, you can't get no sweeter than this. Poetic Flacco, you's a funny dude. Round of applause.
Thank you, Luce Cannon, man, for staying true to the content.
Oh, they are?
True to the content. You heard that? Keep gambling with your freedom and staying true to the content.
Yep, because of the incident.
Okay, so do you guys just want to pre-record something and I play it?
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
Listen, the feds don't allow you to do none of that. Yo, I'm telling you, they don't allow you to do none of that. All that sound real good, but that's why right now we're going to take a ride. We're going to take a ride, right? I'm going to tell you about this ride when I was in Coleman, I think, right? And I think it was a Smack DVD and them. They called me. They wanted me to do in over the phone interview, call in and all that. And it was the homie that put it together, my man Chef. Big shout out to Chef 151. But Chef put it together, and I was gonna do, I think it was a Smack DVD or something. And I did a drop for Chef right there. When Chef asked, I knocked it out. Then he was telling me that they wanted me to get on some documentary thing they was doing. But right after I got off the phone, they called me up to what they call the SIS office. That's the Security investigation service for the feds. That's the feds within the feds for the BOP. They called me up there and they took me in this room and they had all these monitors. They had about 200 monitors that was looking all over the prison, and they had all these gadgets that they was using listening to phone calls. And I just hung up the phone and they said, Unique, report to the lieutenant office. I go up to the lieutenant office, they take me in that room and they showed me that, and they said, look, we know who you are, but you're not allowed to do any interviews unless you get approval from the warden or the executive warden. And, you know, I think I'm executive assistant or something like that. And I'm like, nah, the homie just gonna ask me a couple of questions. He said, no, that's considered interview. If you do that, I'm gonna have to put you in the special housing unit. You know what I mean? That's called the shoe in the prison. So I had to go back and tell the homie. Now, that was just from them hearing it. This dude actually has videos that's out there, multiple videos, because everybody's doing a reaction to him, with him pushing this content from within the Federal Bureau of Prison. I'm telling you, they're coming in when they stop that, and what the government is going to do is say, lock his ass up in the cage, keep him away from the phone, being that they know, you know, he got a phone Jones, because I had a phone Jones, so that's why they went after mine, like I told you, for 24 years, and then tried to get it for 12 years, but wound up only getting it for 18 months, and that crushed me, because I had a Luce Cannon phone Jones, where I just wanted to be on the phone. So once they do that and they isolate you, that's when you have no other choice but to get with yourself and your mental. So that's where Luce Cannon is going to have to make the decision, you know, how bad do I want to get out there to my girl that's sending me these letters saying, I love you, I miss you, do what you got to do to get out, because that's what's getting ready to come. I'm looking at her, I already know how that role play out. And, you know, it's no disrespect to her. Her name is Sharice, you know. But, you know, it is what it is. Pretty girl like that, you know, it's going to be another dude going to holler at her, and now she's a semi-celebrity. And, you know, just to say that's Luce Cannon's girl, you got dudes that want to run up in it because it's Luce Cannon girl. You know what I mean? Say, man, I had Luce Cannon girl. So Sharice, be looking out for that. You know, when you get all that attention, they just want to, you know, shove one to Luce Cannon, pause, no he cipher, monkey cipher. But that's where that go. But they up here just talking reckless on the phone and getting away with it where no one is saying nothing. They got YouTube videos. When they come in, the big boys from the feds is going to crash down on MDC. And what you saw happening over there with Diddy is what's going to happen there, because they should have been winning there. They had plans to go, but it wasn't no big case there. Now the Big U case is the big case, because Big U is doing what he's supposed to do and shutting the F up. And, you know, a matter of fact, that's why I'm wearing the shirt today, Ron, because this is what it's about, man. Make sure you cop the merch, man. You have the right to remain silent. You know what I mean? And that's it. Just exercise, you know, your Fifth Amendment right. That's it. You know, don't go up there running your mouth and getting on the phone, making calls, because you're going to see an ugly game how they pull you all the way in it, man. Let's get back over here to Luce.
Don't play it.
Okay, all right, it's recording.
Yeah, so shout out to Flacco and Remo jumping on the show. Wifey gonna go crazy. She gonna still going crazy. She holding us down. She holding niggas for that. My name stay alive. Rick stay alive. We out here. We in here cooling it. We just had a couple of incidents. But at the end of the day, is we maintain it and head up. And we program it. But at the end of the day, is I can't wait to come home to my wife.
Yo, stop it. Yo, you ain't trying to come home to your wife doing that. Let's just stop it and stop the game. Somebody got to tell you the real. You're not coming home any sooner doing what you're doing to be with your wife. That's out. That's nil. That's definitely out. Because they get ready to come in and introduce you to the feds and let you know this is not the state. Because obviously what was happening over there in California is nobody gave a crap and nobody said nothing, but now Luce Cannon just put all the things that they've been allowing to happen at the MDC in California out here for the world to see on social media. So now the boys is going to have no choice but to go in and put that on social media. So you understand? You understand? So me telling you what's getting ready to happen, because I seen it happen 1,000 times over 26 years. So this is not nothing new. This is not a prediction. This is a fact. They're going to have to shut Luce Cannon up and shut him down. And they're going to put him in a hole where he's going to have to deal with his loose thoughts. And then he's going to have to decide how badly he wants to be out there with his woman. And how badly is his loose thoughts attacking his mental throughout the day. And even worse, when you close your eyes, that's when the demons come out. Been there, done that, fought a couple of demons. You know how we do. You know what I mean? But it's all a part of the trauma that made us who we are today. And Luce Cannon getting ready to go through a phase that I've seen men like this go through. And I've seen how they transform and they come out. And I'm not going to get into that this episode, but I'm just letting you know that, you know, it's an ugly place on the inside for anybody. So your mind got to be conditioned a certain way. I was with a dude yesterday, right? Let me give you one, because you know me, I like riding. You know I like riding. I was with a dude yesterday, young boy, 32 years old, speeded up just to get to the point, born in 1993. January, I was locked up in December 1993. So he was 10 months old when I got locked up. So I get with him and I'm trying to tell him that, you know, that I'm a soldier to the people that I'm with, regardless how much money I had yesterday and yesteryear, because that's what it was, yesteryears ago, you know? That means nothing. Now I'm coming into a new world with men that was babies when I got locked up, that's now in a position that they're above me financially, educationally, professionally in certain fields. You understand? But the same way I dived into this YouTube to get this going is the same way I'm diving into that. But at the same time, I want the men that I'm around to know that don't be threatened by me, because I know that I'm your soldier. And the young boy said, oh, I ain't no soldier. I don't like the word soldier. I said, dog, if you're going to sit here and want to hold a conversation about the word soldier. He said, nah, because I'm a student. I said, dog, whatever makes you feel comfortable when you lay your head down at night, just like I say about a rat bastard. If you comfortable telling on the dude and laying your head down at night, that's on you. But I'm not going to lose sleep over what you did. You understand what I'm saying? So me and Young are talking, he got a problem with this word soldier. And I'm letting him know that, man, soldier is the highest regard that you could ever have, because we all started from being a soldier. And you work your way up. But now I'm in a new military force or financial force. So I'm no longer a general after 26 years in the federal prison. And I could accept that I'm just a soldier again, the same way I was a soldier back when I was 11, 12 years old, with a 9mm and a Ziploc bag with a bunch of trade bags in a manila envelope over in the Bronx on Burnside, over on Tremont, no different. I was a soldier then, and I'm a soldier now. And you a soldier right now, young man, to these men as well, He said, oh, I just don't like the word. I said, we're going to get off it, but I just let you know, we just wasted 10 minutes to play with a word that I told you that whatever you're comfortable with, eat that, sleep with that. Let's move on with this conversation. There's only 24 hours in a day, so we don't need to waste 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here, 10, with frivolous ass conversation with a word of soldier or student. Why? The Europeans told you that it's better to be a student, in college than to be a soldier at war fighting for your country? Or a soldier at war fighting to keep your family afloat, to put food on your table? That's how you a soldier. You out there going to work your 9 to 5, you're a good soldier. You know what I mean? Then you got the ones out there robbing, stealing, scamming, things like that. Those are the soldiers that don't realize that they're the losers right off the top, because I didn't realize I was a loser. But now at 60 years old, I know I'm a loser. I lost that route, That was then. But it's a whole new ball game. Let's get back to this with my man, Luce Cannon, man.
Wife, fans, everybody that supported me, my IBM crew.
To my girl,
I'm not sure if y'all are
mama,
catching this. So he's hitting towards being on lockdown or the jail going into a lockdown early earlier this week due to an incident that took place. Now, he will say they handled the incident. It was just normal programming. You feel me? They got it figured out. So what he is referring to is a fight that took place. Now, Luce Cannon will break this down after Sharice asked exactly what happened. And here's what Luce Cannon had to say started it.
So tell me what happened on the yard today? Or not today, excuse me, yesterday or the day before.
And he's actually going to tell what happened on the yard over a prison phone to put it on YouTube to create content. How did Eddie Murphy say it? Good goo goo goo.
So basically at court, right? So at court, what happened at court is like, you know, they was asking me a couple of names and stuff like that. So I'm right up on it, dude. Boom, bam, boom, bam, boom. Take that with you.
You hear that? Take that with you. Like, what type of games is he playing? And can you believe that as fly as this video is, it just had the nerve to freeze up? You know? So I'm going to end it right there if I can and try and save it. You heard me, Ben?
Yes.
Nee. Hold up. Let me try and get this right.
Yeah.